Another really useful technique for breaking down pieces of music and learning them is what some people call the Meadowmount technique, but it's a really useful chunking technique. It kind of like forces your attention into this kind of granular focus, which is super handy. So if you know you've got a piece of music you really want to learn, and you know it's going to just be tricky because there's a lot there, you print it out or you get some written version of it, you cut up with scissors. You cut up every single measure of the piece of music and you put them all in a hat. And you pull them out and you learn them one at a time. And like this is a trick that I used actually when I did the Cliffs of Dover project. You can see a link to that down below this. It worked really well for me because Cliffs of Dover is this really complicated piece, and it's really tempting to always want to like hear things and just like play through. This tendency to just want to play through the piece to hear it. I mean, sometimes you need to do that to contextualize what you're doing. That's the telescoping thing. Sometimes you need to zoom out and play the whole piece to know where you are. But you don't need to do that as much as most people want to. And this technique of the Meadowmount trick, where you literally cut up the piece into one measure at a time, really forces you to really pay attention to one measure at a time and really learn the details, which is an incredibly valuable trick. And when you're doing a really long, complicated piece, it's pretty necessary and very worth it. So I recommend next time you want to tackle a big piece, give that a shot. And also, this can be a handy gauge. If you're not willing to print out a piece and cut up all the pieces and put them in a hat and learn them one at a time, you might not be willing to put in the time needed to learn the piece anyway. So also kind of, hang your hat on that challenge a little bit.